So if you're like me, you're always trying to find files. You've just got hundreds of them, thousands of them, because of your photos, documents, and all sorts of things that you create. And they're not necessarily all in the right folders. Well, they might be in a folder. I might have a folder for, say, August last year and another one for September this year. And they've got photographs of buildings. And I want to be able to search for those and just look for, say, a keyword on cats. Well, in Mavericks, you've now got something called tags, where you can actually tag up photographs or any sort of file, actually. I use it a lot for the photographs because that's what I seem to be building up a lot of. So if we go into this photos folder here, I've got some pictures here, and they all sort of belong in different categories. So what I can do is I can go into this little icon up here, which is the edit tags one, and I could click on that, and this is a photograph of the shard, so I'm going to call it building. So I'm just going to press enter, and I could put in more. I could add in another one here, say London. I'm just going to press enter. So I've got those two tags on there now. As it happens, down here on the left hand side in my sidebar, you can now see it's got these sections for tags. And you may have seen one that I've done before that shows you how to tag using colours, but they've now added this in. So I could now click on London and it comes up with that picture, or with building. Okay, let's just go back to this photos one up here. I'm just going to open that again, and I'm going to see if I've got another one here. There's the shard one that I had, but there's another one here, and it's also another building in London. What I can do is I can easily just right click and choose tags here if I wanted to do it this way as well. And rather than having to type it in now, I go building, London, and actually this was one I merged together. I actually took multiple photographs and then used Photoshop to actually stitch it together to make one picture. So I'm going to do that. So you can simply select it from this list. If there's more here, you can actually just click on show all and then scroll down and find them, and you've got the colours there as well. So I like this. I could actually also give it the colour green as well. So it actually now looks like this. It's actually got this green dot on the side. So simply now I can see my tags down the side. And you could build up a lot of tags and you might not see them all here, or you may not want them listed. So I'm just going to show you. If I click on building now, it's now showing me the two photos. You can click there, you could right click, and you could also click on edit tag here and change it. So if you wanted to, you could just simply click on one of those and press the backspace to get rid of it. So you could see potentially I've got quite a few down here. Let's say I didn't want this one tutorial, I could just click and drag to remove it. Now it hasn't deleted the tags, they still exist on the files. If I click on all tags here, you'll see all of them. Perhaps I did want tutorial to be in there, so I can click and drag it, and perhaps I want it at the top because it's one I use quite often. So there it is, it's appeared there. If I click on tutorial, I get any documents that I have tagged up that way, and you can see those tags again just by clicking here. So really, really useful stuff. So this tagging is great. Now all I've got to do is go through and choose a whole load that I've got to do for my tagging. So I have loads of them. So what if I've got, say, a whole bunch of screenshots here and I want to tag them all as from my desktop? So what I can do is highlight all of them. I'm just clicking on the first one. You could click and drag over it. I want the whole lot, so I'm going to just hold down the shift key, press on the last one, all of them selected, click here, and if I type in desktop, all of them will now become tagged up with that. So if I click on any one of those, you'll see it now says desktop. So that's how you can do more than one at a time. What if they're not all next to each other? What if I wanted that one there and say that one there? Well, I could click on that one, hold down the command key, which has got CMD on it for short, and click there, and maybe I've got another one, and I could click on my edit tags and just type it in like that. So the other thing you can do, you can use Spotlight as well. If you click on that, you could also type in cats. That's also coming up with all of them. I'm just going to go into show all in Finder, and here where I've got this option to put in what kind it is. Where it says kind, choose other, and right down here you'll see I've got tags down here. I'm going to include it in the menu so that I don't have to come into here each time. Click on OK, and I could type in building, and that will now come up with the tags of all of those where I used the word building. Oh, I should get rid of the cat's bit up at the top there. There you go. That's now done it. And if I was to choose cats here, and if I typed it incorrectly, that would come up there. So tutorial brings up those. So there's another way you can do it through the Finder if you want. And now in this drop down, it actually says tags there, and I don't have to go into other because I ticked that box. So it's tags, great new feature in Mavericks, and now I've got a whole load of files to go and tag up.